He's a mean one. Or a Scrooge. Oh, what the hey, it's Christmas. I'm getting lost. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. And as we draw closer to the holidays, we're going to take a look at the fourth figure in the Gamer Edition Studio Series line. This is Megatron. Of course, Megatron is the feared leader of the Decepticons, and it's fitting that he should come out right after Prime. And of course here, Megatron is done up like his game form, which it's alright, but I've never been a fan of adding the red color onto Megatron. It just doesn't look right in my eyes, but that's just my opinion. Now let's move him out of the way here. Excuse me. We'll take a look here at his backdrop. His backdrop features the space station level that was done early in the War for Cybertron game. Of course, Megatron was going there to wrest control of the space station from its current commander, Starscream. Which likely in that universe is what helps set up the fierceness between the two. At any rate, let's get that out of the way, and we'll take a look here at Megatron. He, like Prime, is a Voyager-class figure, so they'll both stand about the right size with each other. And he also has an oversized weapon. I guess we'll get started on that. We'll take a look at his accessories, and we will start with this oversized weapon. He basically has a giant energon spear. I would have liked something more closely akin to the flail that he famously wielded in the original cartoon. I guess this shows up better on a video game or something. At any rate, I'm not real too thrilled with it, but something else to point out to all of you in case you buy it loose on the secondhand market. It does come apart. And it's built in such a way that the tip can only go onto it in one way. So it doesn't twist or turn or anything, unless you've worn out the plastic a bit. Then, of course, to go along with Megatron, we have his arm-mounted fusion cannon. What would Megatron be if he didn't have this? And of course, many of you are probably excited, like me, to see that the arm detachment gimmick isn't used on Megatron. Well, yeah, that's true. It isn't used, but unfortunately, they included it. So, Megatron's arm can be removed. Just like that. And since both sides of his fusion cannon do have holes in them, the fusion cannon can be arm-mounted, if you so choose. Unfortunately, when it comes to arm-mounted guns attached like that, I think Mega Man and Samus Aran do it a lot better than Megatron does. He's better off with it on the side. Insert your own strange joke here. At any rate, we'll take a look here at Megatron's articulation. His head can be turned from side to side. And unfortunately, it is not really on a ball joint at all, so it can't be moved up and down. His arm can be raised out to the side about so far, and his arms do rotate at the shoulder all the way around. He thankfully doesn't have near as much kibble for his arm to get caught on. His arms can be bent at the elbow more than 90 degrees, so that's always nice. But unfortunately, he lacks a swivel at the bicep. So unfortunately, well, he does have a swivel, but allows the arm to rotate. It doesn't allow it to bend inwards at all, so he doesn't have G.I. Joe battle grip. What a disappointment. Megatron's legs can be put into a full splits, so that's always nice. And he does have some ability to twist at the hip. Maybe we'll get him to cut a rug at the Christmas party here. You can raise his legs up well over 90 degrees. And you can bend his leg at the knee. Not quite 90 degrees. And he does appear to have some ankle and toe articulation. So he makes up for some of his shortcomings in other areas, but I still think a lot of the fans are going to be rather disappointed at what they took away. Okay, to transform Megatron, as you saw, we had to put the arm back on and ditch the cannon. Spread his arms out a little bit, because we got to open up these panels here on the insides of his arms, and then fold his hands inside. They should go in all the way, and then close them back up. Just exactly like that. We come down here to his legs and turn them at the thigh. So yeah, as you can see, he does have a good thigh cut. It's part of his transformation. Then we start by taking his toes and fold his toes inwards, like that. Then we're going to open up these leg panels. So that way his legs are now opened up. And get these ones here at the sides to open up all the way. At least out this far. Because the next step is to try to fold the feet so that they go inside, and then you can finish folding the panels out so they help form the treads. Now, of course, once you've done that, you'll come up here to his chest, and we're going to open it up and get it so it folds downward like that. And we come up here to his left arm, and you're going to fold up this protrusion here at the side. Then you will take his arm and bend it up at the elbow. Like so. Almost implies it should bend a little differently. But no, there's nothing else there. But it should be a little bit differently because of how it connects. It has to be straight. So Excuse me a moment. Okay, to get it to connect properly over here, there is a bit of an extra joint in this arm that will allow it to bend upwards to be in the proper place. Because when you fold the arm over onto the chest, there are two parts. One's going to connect into the hole here at the arm. You can just barely see it above my fingernail. And then this one will connect to the one over here. It takes a bit of doing to get it to go right. Not helped by the fact we're not really given a whole lot of clearance to do this. Oops. There we go. Now we got it in. Alright, once you've gotten that done, thankfully, we come back here to his back, and we raise up this portion all the way up to the top, over his head. The top portion here, this piece right here, it will rotate. And there we go, we got it rotated in the right direction. Then of course once that's done, the other arm can then be folded down like so. And of course once it's been folded, it just then needs to be placed into position. Which is basically the way it looks right now. And then basically once that's done, you'll come down here and get these to bend at their joint in the middle, like so, and fold them forward so that they connect all up along the sides and to the front piece. This takes a little effort. There we go. Alright, there we go. Make sure we keep the treads all straight on here. Bring the camera down a bit. Then, of course, to complete the look, we got to attach the fusion cannon to the front. Like so. And of course, if you don't want to lose the mace, you would attach it here. And just like with Prime, it looks just as stupid as he did with the axe. But Megatron is now in his tank mode. Unfortunately, due to the way it's set up, he's not on anything that can roll. So he basically just sits there. But you do have the option. The arm can still be turned. So you do still get the option of having a tank turret. Now, as we take a look at this toy again, like a few of the others, I don't really care for it very much. The tank mode's okay, but I don't really know what could be done to improve it. It's trying to capture how it looked in the video game and how you were able to manipulate it in the game. Since Megatron did have some booster jets in the treads, that allowed him to leap up into the air in this mode. I really don't care for the weapon storage, because the oversized weapon just doesn't look right on it. The biggest problem with the oversized weapons is the redesign to the packaging. The packaging really doesn't have anything to keep the parts in there, thanks to the changeover to use less plastic, which is fine and dandy, but it makes storing things like this a bit of a pain in the butt, because you don't have anything to rely on. And as I stated earlier, I'm not real happy with the red coloring on Megatron. It just doesn't look right. But that's just one man's gripe against everybody else's. So share what you think down in the comments section. At any rate, that's my review of the Gamer Edition of Megatron. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do remember that if you like the content that we feature here on this channel, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And since we are approaching on Christmas and Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate out there with your friends and family, Larry and I hope that you enjoy your holidays. This is Sparkster1701 saying I'll catch you all later.